Hey, this is real estate coach and mentor Anthony Leggins, and I want to welcome you to this very extra special episode of How to Buy the Hood. Today, I have special guest Elisabeth Hoekstra, right?
Yes, you got
I'm
it.
sorry, Elisabeth Hoekstra. I just call you Elizabeth all the time, so I'm gonna get that right.
No, you
Elisabeth
did good.
Yeah, she's business development manager for 4BiddenKnowledge, and she's also a specialist in real estate. She has a wide variety of life experience and a great bit of knowledge that she's going to be able to share with us today. I learned a lot about Elisabeth through her show called Biohack Your Best Life. And, I highly, recommend that you go ahead and check out that show. A lot of great information, a lot of great stuff. They even have the Biohack Your Sex Life episodes, which are very exciting, to say the least. So I'm very honored to have Elisabeth here. And, and of course, if anybody has a pair of eyeballs, they can see the one and only great Billy Carson in the house. We are so very honored to have you here today, sir. I could probably spend the next hour, just going over all of your list of credentials and things of that nature. So, I will allow you, sir, to go ahead and introduce yourself.
Oh, I appreciate it, man. Thank you for being on the show, and thank you also for writing on the Forbidden Knowledge blog. My name is Billy Carson. I'm the founder of 4BiddenKnowledge, and basically we're dealing in information that is not completely unavailable to the general population, but we try to bring out information that's hard to find. Everything dealing from ancient civilizations to current times, and even into aerospace technologies and futuristic concepts as well. And along with that, we have a publishing company which we publish books. The first two books are mine, which are two best-selling books: Compendium of the Emerald Tablets and Woke Doesn't Mean Broke. Both books are out. He's got both of them there. I appreciate you, man. Thank you for the support. Both books are bestsellers. We have two new books coming out, one by my son, Justin Carson, about manifesting your reality, and also another book by Elisabeth Hoekstra, which will be her life story, which will be coming out as well before this year's out. Yeah. Awesome. And then we also have, we do music production. So we have a whole music production company and record label. Right now, currently over 340 songs in global distribution. Oh. And of course, I'm on a lot of TV shows. I'm on the History Channel, the Travel Channel, the Science Channel, the Discovery Channel, Discovery Plus, Gaia TV, Dame Dash Studios TV, and of course now Forbidden Knowledge TV on my own TV network. I'm just a world traveler, and I like to travel the world and research ancient civilizations. I just got back from my most recent trip, as a matter of fact, from Egypt and Dubai, and looking forward to bringing a lot of brand new content to the network.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Don't forget about the podcast network. We got the podcast network.
Yes, we have the podcast. Yes, everything is so new. We got the podcast, which we had for a while, but it's really, Elisabeth redesigned it, redeveloped it, rebranded it, and brought it to where it is now, which is doing phenomenal. And that is the Forbidden Knowledge podcast. You can find the podcast network on our YouTube channel, and of course on Forbidden Knowledge TV as well.
Wow. Awesome. That's incredible. That's incredible. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And with all of these things, I'm just curious, like, how many podcasts have you been asked to come on to speak about your real estate experience?
For real estate, none for real estate.
Hey,
you're the first one.
Happy to be the first, sir. Happy to be the first.
Yeah.
I was watching Billy on one of his videos, and he was talking about how he had 400 houses before the real estate crash back in 2007, 2008 era. And I didn't know, that you were so deep in the game. And I was sitting there thinking, like, man, Billy was trying to buy the hood for real. Yeah. So, just tell me a little bit about that experience.
Yeah. It was pretty interesting, Initially, how I got into it was I was doing a lot of online marketing. I was huge in lead generation, and I was generating primarily mortgage leads. And my clients were Bank of America, Nova Star, defunct company like that, AmeriQuest, now gone as well. Right. All these banks. I had a lot of SunTrust. And so I was generating probably around 30 to 40,000 mortgage leads a day. And I was selling it to them. I was the largest mortgage lead generator in the world and I say the world because some of the people generating leads didn't live in the United States. They were selling to United States banks. Right. And, I was doing pretty good numbers. I was, in my pocket, I was probably earning about 100 to 150,000 a week after everybody was paid and everything was paid. Yeah. That was back. This is in, the early 2000s. Now that's, that might be 300,000 a week nowadays, today's numbers. And I saw that the CAN-SPAM law was coming from Bush, and that was going to change the way email marketing was done. It was all done via email marketing. And so I noticed that there was going to be a huge shift. So I started, getting ready for the evolution. And I took all those leads we had generated and packed them up and put them into call centers in the Philippines to recall them and remarket them for refis. But I knew that could only last for so long as well. And so I realized I had to do something else. And I was like, well, I'm generating mortgage leads. All these people have properties. I should be in properties. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, what am I doing? So I started taking a lot of that money I had saved and dumping it into real estate. I started off with Adams Homes. It was a builder out here, and pre-construction homes. And I did like 3 pre-construction homes. It was so easy. It was $4,000 down, a very easy approval process. They built the whole house. Definitely. It was a piece of cake, and then, the house is built. It's got about 40, 50,000 in equity. Your house is sold before it's even completed. And, it's like boom, 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 right? Right. Then I started getting into simultaneous closings with property flips. Yeah. And, and I found a way to make easy money without having to even have the responsibility of holding the property. That, that was phenomenal. And then I met a few guys along the way that were like, we should get together and we should, buy up some serious properties all around the country. And I was like, all right, let's do it. So we formed United Family of, we formed the USA, I'm talking about my space company. We formed the USA Land Bankers Company, USA Land and Investments. And we actually did huge numbers. Of the 400 plus properties were a combination of land, lots for building and houses. Wow. And so it was a combination. And we were doing these events at like, clubhouses in communities that had like, what do you call those when you have the golf club and everything,
the golf courses?
Yeah, you have the golf course.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, but you have those special clubs you have to be in to be on that golf course, whatever they call those things. It eludes me right now for them. Country club. Thank you. The country club. So we started doing it at the country clubs. Thanks. That's why you have to have Elizabeth here. So we started going to these country club events and presenting our property opportunities, our real estate opportunities. So we were really buying below wholesale. Right. And then wholesaling them and selling them in volume. We do one 2-hour presentation and sell 15, 20 properties in that one room without anybody ever even seeing the properties. Wow. And so the numbers were doing phenomenal. The only thing I didn't see was the collapse coming.
Nobody did. Oh,
man. It blindsided me. And we were still doing good numbers even during the collapse because land was still selling like crazy, and we were getting it so cheap, and it was all buildable land. Yeah. But the last bank lending on land was Countrywide. Countrywide was the last one.
I remember them.
Yeah. They went deep into the collapse with lending on land, and then they got in trouble for their their fraudulent banking.
Yeah, I remember them.
Yeah. And then I think Bank of America ended up buying them out or whatever. But then it stopped the money coming for the lot. So we ended up getting stuck with a few, 100. But it was a great experience, So now I understand it from all aspects and all fronts, and I'm really looking forward. I've been speculating, over the last few years. Okay. In and out, just quick in and outs and deals, and going and getting wholesale listings and doing simultaneous flips and stuff like that. Right. But I'm really now looking into, I keep talking about, I want to do a whole community now that I control the community. You know what I'm saying?
There we go. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about, sir. Yeah. That's definitely what I'm talking about. That's awesome. That's awesome, man. You know, Elizabeth, you know, I heard about some of your real estate, you know, experience, you know, just through conversation and also on your show. Why don't you tell me a little bit about, you know, how you got into real estate?
Well, basically I was helping, kind of flip places, like gutting places and just updating different complexes. And I was like, why don't I get my real estate license so I can start doing this stuff on my own, right? And I could save the 3% commission. So I was like thinking about it as in like I'm going to be my own investor. But I got my license and I ended up really actually liking like closing deals and working with people. So I really just dove, deep into residential at first. And, I kind of, I'm from Detroit too. So we have a huge investment like city, so everybody that has any type of money will come to Detroit, out of the country and buy up like a bunch of houses. Right. So I really fell into the investment side of real estate. And yeah, I mean, I was dealing with like, I think the first deal that I had, and I missed it by a hair, but it was 96 houses, 96 house package. Like it was probably the first, I think, month that I was in real estate. And it fell into my lap. This 96 house package deal fell into my lap. And it was me. I had a client. I had like clients that were interested at that time. And it was between me and this other person that was looking at the deal. But the deal was bomb. Like the return was high, the deal was super bomb. And I missed it by a thread though.
Man.
They ended up
I hate when that happens.
Man, I was looking like a 6-figure commission on my first deal. I'm like, oh shit, this real estate stuff is awesome. Like, but no, I mean that it's just kind of, the ebb and flow of real estate. So I kind of had to just learn, there's so much that will come at you as being an agent, and you really never close anything until you close something, until that check is in your bank account. You can't.
That's something that my grandfather told me, because he inspired me to get back into real estate back in the day. He said, it's not closed until it's closed.
Right. I've had deals fall apart at the closing table. Okay. Like,
yes. And that's very that's very heart-wrenching, right?
Oh my gosh.
When they get up from the table. That one. Yeah, I think we've all been through that. Oh my goodness. I've been through that a few times.
Billy, I meant to ask you also, what area were you concentrating in?
I was concentrating in low income areas. So these were people who were, would get approved for FHA loans. Easy to get approved for the loans. Even during the wholesale process, I would look for properties where the end user would be a person that just had low income.
Nice. It's definitely low income here, but it doesn't really take a lot still, even now, to get started in the real estate. They've eased up some restrictions on some things, making it easier to get loans. I think FHA, you can get an FHA loan with a 580 credit score now.
Wow.
So now you have to be above the 640, I think, to get to 3.5% down, but you can be as low as 580 to put 10% down.
That's not bad.
Yeah. So, and they're making things, a lot better. Just like, I want to ask you, Elisabeth, just like as a woman in real estate, what type of challenges have you faced when you were actively in real estate?
That's being a woman in any type of business, being a woman in business
about real estate, so go ahead though, please share.
Yeah, obviously, like being a woman in any type of business or real estate, it's a lot of these guys will think that they can use your career to try to reel you in for their own intent, which is opposite of what you think their intent is or what they come at you as. So that's always, interesting to deal with. But other than that, I don't know. I haven't really experienced too much, hardships, really. I mean, going to the hood, like I used to have a ton of houses that I had listed, on the east side of Detroit, west side of Detroit, all over Detroit. And it was kind of difficult. I would have to bring somebody with me sometimes because, squatters,
Right.
all my stuff, house sitters, like I would have to put people house sitting in these houses that I had listed because, things would get stolen. They'll come steal your copper pipes out. Okay.
Yeah, they will.
Steal your front porch.
Yeah. Furnace, hot water tank, everything.
Oh, it's
doors.
Listen. Yeah, it's all of it. All
Crazy.
of it. So yeah, I mean, going to the hood, I just have to bring somebody with me,
Okay.
But other than that, I don't, just a woman in real estate.
Yeah, I'm just curious because, I know that women face some, certain different set of challenges sometimes, especially, coming into the inner cities, you know what I'm saying? To do any type of, real estate, you know what I mean? So I was just curious, how you dealt with that, because you said that you had built up a team of like 30 agents at one time, right?
Yeah, I did. It was the pretty girl real estate team too. So it was all like real pretty women. But that was kind of my pull. Real estate is all about show. It's the show, honestly. I mean, through my experience, I was able to secure a ton of deals and clientele by the look of things, and then, the looks will pull them, but the smarts will keep them. Right. So it's, my agents were all very, very educated and they knew what they were talking about. They, we always met like at least, a couple times a week, and we would have, workshops and different stuff that we would do together. So, I mean, the looks will pull them, but, the brains will keep them.
There it is. Mm-hmm. Billy, like what type of advice would you give someone that's looking to get started in real estate? Because I know that you just did a seminar or a workshop with, was Antonio Salas?
Oh, Antoine Salas is coming up. It's actually coming up on October the 16th. It's coming up soon, yeah.
Oh, okay, because I did hear you mention something, about revealing some real estate secrets in there.
Yeah.
I know,
absolutely.
Can we get a little hint?
Yeah, no problem. So one of the things I'm going to talk about in there is for people looking to begin in speculating on real estate, doing property flips, looking for properties that they can buy and have, hold as rentals for rental income. I have a source that I'll be providing in my workshop that will give them access to every single day nationwide, a list of wholesale properties and pre-foreclosures and foreclosures that haven't even made it to the MLS yet. So they'll be able to get a chance of hopping on that bidding right away with the contact person, the contact phone number and everything, the person in control of that property, which is usually the hardest thing to find. Right. I remember the old days, you had to go knocking on the people's doors trying to find these people,
no doubt.
And they would be like, is this a bill collector? Who is this coming in? They would hide in the house. You couldn't even get them to come to the door. It was crazy. Right. But this makes it a lot easier. So you have a contact person who's in control of that property. You have their name, their phone number, everything else. You can submit bids by email, by fax, and you can lock in some of these great deals. You can even see the wholesale price. You can see the resale value. You can even see how much the estimated amount of repairs will be. So you'll know what you have to put into the property to fix it. So you can make a decision. Is this something I want to try to, because obviously you're not going to be able to go there. You have the mapping system. You can see the house. There are photos. So that does help out a little bit, but it's a great resource that I've used for many, many years.
Wow.
And so, there's actually one realtor in Ohio, and he, contacts me from time to time for properties. He was contacting me so much, I made fixemflip'em.com and started putting only Ohio properties in there just for him. And I said, man, just go in here and look every morning and tell me what you want. It's a great resource, man, for somebody looking to really just start out and find some low dollar properties.
That link is definitely going to be below.
Yeah.
You definitely going to want to get on that. It's very affordable price too, from my understanding. I checked out for the value that you're going to receive. And then you even going to provide on how they can get the financing too, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. We're giving up the sources to the financing. And, and some people say, well, I can't get financing because I don't, file tax returns properly or whatever. It doesn't matter. You can get financing just based on your score, financing based on your bank accounts. There's various different levels of financing that are available. Hard money just goes on your credit score, and see if you maybe had bought a property one or two in the past, so you can get hard money. So we'll give up all the sources in this workshop on where to get the money to so you can leverage your capital, so you don't drain your bank account just to get one property. Leverage is the key. Absolutely.
Yeah, I've done a couple episodes. I speak a lot on here actually about using leverage. I speak a lot about seller financing because a lot of times that's the easiest and quickest way to get in, especially in these type of neighborhoods. That we're talking about. So I educate people on that, but definitely I would love, I'm going to attend this seminar, this workshop coming up myself. I highly recommend all of my subscribers and anyone watching this video today to check it out. You're going to learn a lot of game. They're talking about a whole lot more. I'm just talking about the real estate because we're here on How to Buy the Hood. I want to teach you about how to, you can take advantage, and then listening to different people's life experiences and their experiences in real estate. We're benefiting just from listening, because if you paid attention, it was a lot of knowledge shared throughout this whole episode. So, I definitely hope that you did pay attention, rewind it, listen to it again a couple of times. Billy dropped some great things. Elisabeth shared some great things. I know we're on a time crunch here, so we're going to go ahead. I'm going to let Elisabeth please say some words to wrap us up, and then I'll let Mr. Billy Carson here take us out.
Okay.
So basically, real estate in Detroit is dope. My best friend, she invested in a home off a tax sale. I think she got it for like $2,200, like about 7 years ago.
Right.
And she put about $3,000 into it. And then now she's renting it out for $900 a month. So that type of return is dope. So, anyone in Detroit or Michigan, or anywhere really, look at Detroit, because Detroit, you could get a big return on your investment if you're starting out or you want to buy and hold something.
Oh yeah, no doubt. That's definitely. That's definitely. Thank you, Elisabeth. I greatly appreciate you. Go ahead, Billy. Go on and take us up out of here, man. Go on and share some of these great, wonderful things you're out here doing for the world right now, sir.
Oh, we got a lot of stuff going on. It's been phenomenal last couple of years, even with all this crazy situation that happened. For me, it's, luckily I've been fortunate and blessed that everything has continued to go straight up. And so, right now we have this amazing workshop coming up called Learn How to Manifest Money. And we will be talking about real estate and how to get in and all the different sources that I just mentioned a minute ago. Also, how to structure deals, how to structure your credit to be able to buy real estate. There's a little bit of a trick to that. You can't just go and say, I'm going to buy a house. Right. If you're going to finance it, there's going to be a certain structure that your credit needs to look a certain way. It doesn't necessarily mean you have to have the highest score, but to get the good deal, to get a great rate, and even to get approved in various different methods, we're going to teach you how to do that. We're also going to teach you how to fix and repair your credit, clean it up. Fast too. Within just a few weeks, it'll be wiped clean, and start fresh, and how to build it back up using authorized users, piggyback credit, what the sources are to get that and do that properly, all legal, 100% legal. So we're going to be giving up a lot of game, and I'll be teaching how to build business credit, and even how to buy things underneath your business, so that you can alleviate the pressure from having a high debt to income ratio on your personal credit. You can balance things out. Like I got a Rolls Royce that it's on my business credit. I have another Mercedes I just bought. I put that on my business credit. So you can leverage things out a little bit, so you can keep your debt to income ratio kind of low. So if you need to make a move on something, you can do it. If a friend of mine just called me, and he was a little sad because he couldn't get the new Mercedes, and he couldn't get it because he had just bought a Rolls Royce. But he can afford both payments, but the bank said no. Debt to income is too high. So we're going to teach you how to fix this and how to play this financial matrix, so to speak.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's that type of knowledge that we need, sir. I mean, we desperately need that. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the type of stuff, that's that forbidden knowledge, right? I mean, that's what's really just not being openly shared.
Right. It's not being taught in school. It's not being taught out openly to
definitely
anywhere.
not taught in school.
No.
You know,
you have to find out about this by really getting out there and digging for the information. And then the last thing I got is that we're, the SEC approved Forbidden Knowledge Inc. to sell 1,070,000 shares at $1 a share. Yeah, man, that's huge. I guess huge. So we're moving now. Yeah, and I think in 14 or 15 days, we already sold 250,000 of the shares, so it's moving fast. So this round will be over fast. So anybody who wants to get a share, you got to go to 4BiddenKnowledge.com, click on invest, and you can buy shares of Forbidden Knowledge, a company that's already making profits, already profiting, been in business for 7 years, and has a huge upside into the billions. And with a $20 million valuation right now, with residual income from TV network streaming. So it's a great opportunity. It's a ground floor opportunity. And when round 2 hits, which will be probably in the next 60 to 90 days of funding, those shares will be worth more. Those shares will cost more than the first round. Okay. And by the third round, we're looking to get a stock symbol and be on the stock exchange. So it's a ground floor opportunity, man. This is like one of those Microsoft opportunities or Tesla or any one of these people who just started out Bitcoin when it was new. This is one of those opportunities.
Yes, sir. Hey, we're going to put that link down below too. Yeah. Definitely get in on that. I'm jumping on that bandwagon myself. I'm all aboard. But yes, sir, man. I really, outside of the real estate genre, please go ahead and check out Elisabeth and Billy's show, Biohack Your Best Life. Yeah. And that show, I love that show, man.
Thank you.
And also definitely, I'm pretty sure you can't help but find Mr. Billy Carson on anywhere that you look nowadays. You know what I'm saying? So definitely not that hard. I got my alarm. I know you guys said you gotta get ready to take off. So, but I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up. This is real estate coach and mentor Anthony Leggins. This is How to Buy the Hood with special guests Elisabeth Hoekstra and Billy Carson. Forbidden Knowledge, and we out.
All right, peace.